By now, you probably know a little something about Jon Snow's mystery mom. That probably has brought you to that overarching theory R plus L equals J. Now, R, if you're not familiar, is Rhaegar Targaryen. That's Dany's dead brother. Kind of morbid. L is also another dead person, Ned Stark's sister, Lyanna. Equals J refers to Jon Snow, and the theory goes that he's actually a secret Targaryen and thus heir to the throne. Now, unlike in past seasons, Game of Thrones Season 5 has been really laying it on thick with the clues. So we're gonna take a look back at all the big clues from this season. Number 1, we've got Aemon Targaryen, who a few episodes back had that famous quote, "A Targaryen alone in the world is a terrible thing." 2 seconds later, the camera cuts to Jon Snow. He's walking into the room where Aemon is, and I don't think the directors just put that in there. They're totally leading us to the theory that we're all talking about. Also, when Aemon dies, he says the word egg. Now, in the books, egg was tied to also him talking about this girl, so he's probably talking about Dany, but it kind of ties into the fact that Dany and Jon are paralleling each other this season. Number 2 is the parallels to Dany, namely the fact that they both have to behead people this season. Over in Meereen, Dany beheads a betrayer because he has disobeyed her. Granted, she has Daario do the beheading. Over at the Night's Watch, Jon Snow does the same exact thing to someone who betrayed him in front of all of the Night's Watch, except he does it himself because he was raised by Ned Stark, even if Ned's not really his dad. Number 3, we have Barristan Selmy, who takes a moment this season to tell Dany all about her brother Rhaegar and how swell he is. He's walking around town, singing with everybody. He's just a great guy. Keep in mind that he supposedly raped Lyanna. Maybe Barristan is setting us up to think that maybe Rhaegar wasn't so bad after all. Could he have loved Lyanna? Number 4, we have Littlefinger in the Winterfell crypts with Sansa. He brings up the history of Rhaegar and Lyanna and how Rhaegar laid flowers at Lyanna's feet instead of his wife's feet. Sansa kind of brushes it off because she knows that Lyanna was raped by Rhaegar, but Littlefinger kind of leaves that open. It kind of makes me believe that maybe he knows that Rhaegar actually loved Lyanna. Number 5 actually has to do with Stannis. At one point, Mrs. Stannis tells him that Jon Snow's mother was a tavern slut. Stannis just responds by saying that wasn't Ned Stark's way. He could just be saying that Ned Stark wasn't into tavern ladies, but I think that maybe Stannis actually knows something else is up. After all, we have to consider the fact that Stannis was pushing really hard for Jon Snow to become a Stark again. If you ask me, I think maybe he wants Jon Snow to become a Stark so he doesn't find out he's a Targaryen. That would get him out of Stannis' way. Plus, this guy totally just murdered his daughter so that he could win a battle. I wouldn't put anything past him. Finally, we're at number 6, the season finale's name, which is Mother's Mercy. Now, if we look at the synopsis, it focuses on 3 main people. We've got Cersei, we've got Jon, and we've got Dany. Now, Cersei's a mom, but I think she's gonna be the one needing mercy this season. Dany is also the mother of dragons, so it could kind of be referring to her. But then we've got Jon Snow. Could it be that the mother's mercy we're talking about is Lyanna's mercy? In the theory, Ned takes Jon because Lyanna begs him to protect her son. Couldn't that be her mother's mercy? Look, I'm sure there's some of you out there who really don't want this theory to be true because the mystery is solved already, but the writing's sort of on the wall. If this theory isn't true, then we're being subject to some serious Matthew Weiner level trolling right now.